This is Political. I'm Bouchard. It's February 5th, 2020. It's not the day the music died, it's more serious than that. After 231 years of the Constitution being in force, it's been terminated by a greedy, narcissistic, self-serving, ugly, paranoiac, wannabe dictator and his lick-spittle toadies and helots in the Congress of the United States. Yes, the Manchurian Cantaloupe has been acquitted in his impeachment trial in the Senate. 67 votes to remove him wasn't even close. Moscow Mitch McConnell, squeezing every patronage bit out of his little fiefdom of the Senate, threatening retribution for those who did not follow his wishes, and the abandonment of the oaths the Senate took at the beginning of the impeachment trial, not allowing witnesses, not allowing further documents to be produced. Cowardly, ass-kissing Republican senators, one and all, with the possible exception of Mitt Romney, whom I trust about as far as I could throw the Mormon tabernacle. And then there's the Democratic Party, both in Congress and outside, who couldn't decide on what to order for lunch, let alone decide on a presidential candidate. They don't even know what they want. All they know is they want to beat Donald Trump. They keep going this way, it's not going to happen. Well, yesterday was the Iowa caucuses, and the Keystone Cops are still not finished counting all the votes. And next Tuesday, the 11th, is the first primary, which is a real choice for Democratic voters. It's held in a majority, almost totally white state of New Hampshire. Sure, New Hampshire's got the position as first, but why? I don't know, as they've been right in predicting the outcome of an election in a long time. I could be wrong. I will look it up, but that's not my impression. And the pundits and analysts and pollsters are all saying that the lead at this time, coming out of the Iowa caucuses and going into New Hampshire, is Mayor Pete Buttigieg of South Bend, Indiana, a city of about 100,000 people, give or take, and has its own racial problems. The progressive candidates, Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren, come in number 2 and number 3, and good old reliable Uncle Joe Biden comes in 4th. He's the heavy favorite among voters over the age of 65, while voters under the age of 30, I believe it is, are heavily in favor of Sanders or Warren. Get your act together, people. Somebody has to be the nominee. Figure it out. As for the Republicans, they have one candidate, the current orange shit stain that's occupying the White House right now. He won't even let anyone run against him. It's not even like 1972 when Paul McCloskey ran against Nixon. But as it stands, the Mandarin Cantaloupe is not allowing anyone to challenge him. Patronage as usual for the Republican Party. And one of the Trump spawn, I can't remember which alleged male it was, Donald Jr. or Eric, said Mitt Romney should be cashiered from the Republican Party for voting against his father on one of the counts of impeachment. I have very little to say about it without getting into obscenity, profanity, blasphemy, and a whole bunch of other things I don't want to put on YouTube. The State of the Union was yesterday, and it was so filled with lies, distortions, and omissions that I could talk about it for the next 90 minutes and not get to them all. But the most egregious foul I have seen is that Rush Limbaugh, who happens to be suffering from advanced lung cancer, thank you God, was given the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the highest civilian honor that can be bestowed by the president. The imitation president has given an imitation radio host a medal and thereby has cheapened the medal for everyone else who ever has or ever will get it. He did not honor the Tuskegee Airman who was in the audience, who was about 100 years old by now, and who fought heroically during the Second World War. He did not award medals to many other people who were highly deserving. It is another example of political cronyism, because Limbaugh had his nose so far up Trump's butt for so long that the stain is becoming permanent. I'm going to end it here because I'm not happy and I don't want to sicken my stomach any more than it already is just by thinking of this stuff. Look for another one of these, probably after the New Hampshire primary. I'm almost sure that there's going to be much more to talk about, and very little of it will be good. Aloha.